and welcome back to Ceiling Floor. Well, I really don't remember where we are, actually. I know that last episode I left us on a bit of a lurch in the middle of Vegas. And, oh, yes, that's right. We're on the Bingo Highway. How could I forget the glorious Bingo Highway? So, recently I was able to escape the ever watchful eye of 90s Phil for like a hot second. It wasn't too long, but I was able to kind of get away from the recording studio for a little bit and just, go out on a nice little adventure. I was invited by some very, very distant family to a little wedding that they were having out in the Amish country, in sort of Amish country, Pennsylvania, a lot of farmland. And it was an experience that was fascinating, to say the very, very least, I would say. Whoa, okay. The thing is that I was never really that close with these people to begin with. So it wasn't like I was going in with a huge amount of, familial investment or, or familiarity or anything like that. These were people who I hadn't seen since I was like 7 or 8 years old and had kept zero tabs on my life whatsoever. So I wasn't really going into it with like the most, great, like, I don't know what the word would be, but I definitely wasn't going into it like thinking, oh, how wonderful it is that, I'm going to be seeing these people again for the first time in ages. It was very much like, okay, so I'm just going to show up, do my thing, and leave real fast. Okay, if these dice could cool out, I guess not. Yep, there it goes. Oh, well.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Oh, it's steep here on the pinball table. So, anyway, basically, it was a scenario where I went out to Amish country for a weekend, and I kind of wanted to relay what the weekend was like. So, first things first, it was a 2-hour drive into Nowheresville, and we pretty much ended up in, for those of you who have ever, organized together with people for wedding events and such, we did that thing which, people sometimes do, which is the family of, the wedding party. I'm not going to say which side we were on to protect the innocent, but essentially the parents of one or the other of the bridal party, they go, oh, well, we're going to just get a block of hotel rooms for everyone on our side of the family, and then that will, pretty much cover us, cost-wise. We can just all be in the same area together. And, we've done this method many times in the past. It's worked out well enough. We end up getting to what is supposed to be the hotel, and it turns out that it's, in reality, an off-ramp motel. One of those sort of places that you don't really stay at. No one really stays at these places. They don't exist for people to, they don't exist for accommodation. They exist so people have a quick place to stop off on their, on their way to their honeymoon or whatever. They're there so that way they can just, have a quick little nip off the road and, for, lack of better parlance, get their rocks off for the evening, right? I get into the hotel room. First thing I notice is the, for one thing, the jacuzzi that is in the hotel room, or let me put it this way, the self-made hot tub, which is to say, this was a hot tub that was empty, completely dry and empty, but existed, so if you wanted to, fill up your tub there with hot water and turn on the jacuzzi jets, you would have, your own little jacuzzi love nest right next to the bed. And, I didn't even want to go near the potential VDs that were probably, lying in wait in that thing. I don't care if the like room service people put, chlorine in the water or whatever they were doing. I did not trust that for, a millisecond. So that was there. And then you moved away from that to the balcony, which is in the other side of the room, which led out to the balcony area, which wasn't actually a real balcony area. There was no view. There was no scenic views of the adjoining scenery or anything like that. Instead, what you got out of your window was an express view of the swimming pool area and this extra little slot dedicated to what I can only say is like a sort of community center sort of place. But there was no, I don't know, like, no one was ever in it. So it was just this like empty, vacant cafeteria looking sort of room that was like the scenery, the scenic view that you'd get out of your hotel room was this very unimpressive looking cafeteria area. And then, of course, the barriers to all the rooms were, like protected by these very small, easily vaulted over fences, which only lasted for so long, because, like, the people who I was staying with, their, like, balcony was where the fences ended. So anyone who was staying in the rooms next to them immediately had the ability to, just get a glimpse into other people's rooms. Because remember, this was a balcony where those were where all the windows were. So pretty much you would get, an express view of other people's rooms if you just walked around the other balconies. If anyone had their blinds open, there was no privacy to speak of. And because the window opened up to an indoor area, you never saw the sun. So time became an illusion in this place. And then, that was all well and, good, I guess. But for me, the grand capper was then when, late in the evening, I, had to quote Rob in the SpongeBob playthrough, had to use the little Serenader's room. And I went to the toilet, and this is the sound that would greet me upon arrival there. Now, let me just ask all of you, what do you consider that sound? What would you say that is the sound of? I would say that is the sound of the toilet calling the mothership and letting them know that they're ready to be taken back home. Because that's all I could take away from it. It was quite, it was something. And then these next little bit of stories, I don't have footage for, so you're just going to have to take my word on this one. So, first things first, we finally reached the ceremony. It's happening in a barn. Now, that I'm not against, I think that it can be a very romantic, atmosphere. And indeed, we ended up, by the end of the evening, seeing this beautiful sunset, which I did take a picture of, and you can see it here. And it was absolutely gorgeous, and the weather was nice and cool, and everything was very nice and joyful. It was a wonderful thing. But the ceremony itself, like the actual wedding ceremony of, blank marries blank. I'm not saying, bride or groom or whatever, because I'm a very modern person. But, they marry each other, and then this ceremony lasted. I could have played a game of Tetris, and it would have been over, and the ceremony would have been over before that game was done. The ceremony was shorter than this video. Like, and this is not me being joking. This is literally like the majority of the wedding ceremony that I went to. Pretty much, I'd say over half of it was taken up by us waiting for the bridal party to walk the half a mile they had to from the dressing room barns to the... Okay, I'm going to interrupt my story there and comment on how we phased through the level somehow. Don't know how that works, but whatever. We'll just live with that and never question why things happen the way they do ever again. So anyway, it was though, like the ceremony itself for this wedding lasted shorter than this video. And the majority of time, okay, wait, okay. Just, you want to cool out. Sometimes I feel like I want to give fun stories, and then these games just distract away from it. But anyway, so, story, yes. Wedding ceremony lasted, you know, like about the length of your average pop song. It was 2.5 minutes long, the speech, because there was no like speeches, there was no like songs or readings of anything. What is going on here with this level? Okay, we're back. Great. So anyway, okay. So the ceremony was not a long ceremony. It went pretty fast. And then came time for the reception. Now, the reception was clearly what everyone was there for. What's going on here? Something is happening here, and I do not know what it is. But something is happening that is causing the characters to move off the screen without me telling them to do so. And it is now really frustrating me to no end. I don't know why this is happening, but it is happening. And they are running off the level out of my command. And it is causing death to happen. And we may end up not getting past this level because I actually physically cannot control these characters when they are on that pinball table. And I don't know what's happening. I don't know why the game is doing this, where they are like running off the course in such a fashion. It's insane. But that is what's happening. And hopefully, whatever this is will stop long enough to, you know, get us further into this game. But I'm honestly perplexed as to why this is happening, what's causing this to happen, and whether or not we will be able to move forward in this game with it doing that. So let's see what happens. There's no control I have over anything that's happening here. They're running on autopilot into certain parts of the level. Like that. Whoa, okay. So somehow... What? Hoo boy! Now I'm getting annoyed. I need you guys to understand something right now, okay? I don't feel in control of anything that is happening on the screen right now. And this is very, very important because this right here sums up everything that is wrong with this franchise. I don't feel like I have control over the characters. They are moving and I'm just like circling around with the like analog stick trying desperately to figure out what I'm supposed to like be accomplishing here. And I cannot control it for the life of me. It's insane. It's actually like maddening because nothing is moving or operating. Like the momentum makes no sense because they're both like running and also acting like, you know, pinballs at the same time, and the like physics mechanics are all out of whack and it just doesn't make any shred of sense. I can't like figure this out for the life of me. What is supposed to be happening? because I keep hitting the same bits of the wall. Like, I don't even think I'm in control over anything that happens on the screen right now. I could walk away from the screen, and this could be, and not like, from this point. I could walk away from the studio and do nothing, and I think the game would just continue playing itself the same way it is right now. Because everything that you are witnessing has nothing at all to do with any inputs I'm putting into the controller. Like, none. They are all happening with or without anything I do. And it's actually maddening. I don't know what to do in this scenario. I don't know how to get out of this. And I'm, like, losing it because I'm trying to be a good show host. Like, he doesn't want to move to the left or right. Like, they're giving me the option to, like, move left or right, but not actually giving me the option. And I don't even know how that's supposed to work. Because, like, I can control him on the down spin, but not on the up spin, really. Like that, I cannot aim it. And now, why do people think that these games are good? Okay, no! What is going on? I'm, like, actually, like, at a loss for words right now. This is purgatory. I'm stuck in a loop. In a gameplay, oh my god! Philip!
Yes?
Even if we are to say that this game series is just driven by nothing but aesthetic, then at the very least, can't you spend some time to iron out the bugs and flaws that make it so unplayable?
No way, bruh. To do that, we have to slow down, and you can't go fast if you're too slow.
Alright, what is your obsession with speed?
You still don't get it, broseph. It's all part of the Great Circle.
Okay, the Great Circle.
You see here, we got speed. Speed gives us energy. Energy we turn into ideas. Ideas we make into games, which give us money. And that money gets us more speed.
But surely the speed is fueled by the energy.
Not this kind of speed.
Okay, so then how's the money fueling the speed?
Ecstasy.
What? Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. You're a bastard.
I hope so. I hope I am a bastard, but I'm not proud of it.
I want you out of this house now.
Not until you finish the game, lame wad.
Okay, come on. Let's just try not to... Knuckles, you're in the camera. Please stop glitching. Oh my god. If this could just cooperate for a little bit. Tails and Knuckles are already dead, and now I gotta work around this. Nonsense! The game is actually broken! I can't get past this! I honestly, I don't think I can get past this point! And not because of my lack of ability, because literally, like, the game is just actually broken and busted to the point where you're glitching into the walls and you can't control it. We're not gonna be able to get... Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm speechless. I am without speech. This is so busted up and, like, destroyed on a mechanical level. I just don't see... Like, I don't think I can... I honestly don't think I can finish this. If it's gonna be acting like this the whole time, where, like, literally portions of the game, like, you can't move past because it's broken and busted. This is outrageous. Okay, now just try, for the love of God, to... Why can't I turn? They built a course where you have to turn with characters when the turning mechanics get locked out. I can't control this. No! Get off! No, just please, Jesus Christ. Okay. Ah! Please, God in heaven almighty, if you exist, make this stop! Get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out of this table, please. No more losts. No more, okay. Just down there. Down there somewhere. That's where we gotta go. Oh! Eggman.
Why not have some fun while you can?
Well, in order to do that, I would need to play a different game.
Get them.
Okay. Robart Carnival, huh? Where was my story? Alright, so, in essence, we were just like at this wedding, a very country wedding. The reception lasted about 2.5 minutes. We spent the whole time waiting for the bridal shower to walk the, like, half a mile they needed to walk from their dressing room to the, like, main place where the ceremony was happening. Because they just were so, like, far away that then they were playing. And there wasn't, like, churchy music at all or anything like that. It was, like, they were playing a lot of bro country. So they were getting married to, like, all that sort of, not even, like, the new modern hip-hop country that, like, Lil Nas X has got. Like, it wasn't like we were hearing Old Town Road, right? It was that classic, you know, what the bus driver plays on the way to school, you know. I saw you at the bar in your red hair and red dress and red shoes and red pants. Like that sort of country sort of stuff. Like not the cool, the things that Rob complained about in the SpongeBob playthrough. That was what was being played. And we just were like, that was what basically the entire ceremony was. And we just had to sit around, pretty much just waiting around for the bridal shower, or the bridal party to appear. And then from there, it, like, the guy doing the ceremony was so ill-prepared. He called the bride the man and wife. So, like, wasn't all too together composed, I should say. And, like, I kept looking over. I went there with my mother and stepfather, and I would look over at my mother, and she just would keep having these. She would keep giving me these looks at those sort of like, where am I, and how is this the world I'm living in? Sort of looks, and we just had to kind of get on and live with that for as long as we could. But it was really bizarre, and then. After that, like, nothing of a ceremony, we get to the reception, and the entire, like, big celebratory thing, the, like, best man gives his speech, the maid of honor gives her speech, and everyone goes, it's time to give thanks to the reason why we're all here. That's right, the bartenders. The bartenders in the back of the room. We're here for you. Keep the bar rolling. And, like, I kept ordering rum and cokes because I needed to get through this sort of event. And then it all culminated for me when... Okay, so for those of you who know, there's the very typical, like, okay, the bride will throw her bouquet because that's, like, the sort of, you know, great, like, yes, you know, we'll throw the bouquet and whoever catches it will be the next woman that is proposed to. Like, that's always been the great...
Too excited, boys! Those were the easy ones!
You're still not moving your lips!
Alright!
But, like, so, you know, the bride will throw her bouquet, and that's, like, the big sort of event of the reception, right? Now, we had that, but we also had the biting off of the garter by the groom. And he went in, and from my vantage point at the family table, it really looked like something naughty was happening. And in a way, there was. And then he grabs the garter with his teeth, and then, like, throws it into the crowd of bachelors who, by this point, are, like, very drunk. And catching the bride's garter, they're all, like, raving at the mouth, like, ha ha ha! Yes, I'm grabbing this. And then proceeded to be the point where the raved bachelor who, like, was giving, was like, who had been lucky enough to catch the garter of the bride, and the, like, maid of honor who caught the bouquet, then has to put the garter onto the bride, onto the maid of honor, and it proceeds into, the country lap dance. And it was very bizarre, and it was an odd weekend, and then coming back to this broken mess, is the cherry on the sundae, and for those reasons and more, I'm calling the episode off here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with this sometime elsewhere, but until then, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified about when new videos come out, smash the like button, share the video with your friends. On the screen, you'll see more episodes of The Gaming Weekend and more episodes of Serenade to Caffeine. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. I'm just ending it all. I don't even care anymore. Just take me away, Tails. Fly down to, into the Grand Canyon with you. No more of this.